Hey everyone, this is Video Game Lover here, and I want to do another follow-up to the whole Video Game Awards nominees. And the reason why I'm doing this part 2 is because, oh my god, I knew that this was going to cause hell. I knew that this nominees were going to cause a lot of outrage, a lot of assault. I knew it. So that's why I'm here to address it. And the main reason what made me want to do this type of video was because me and Fail Mephisto had disagreements regarding the Game Award nominees. And this video ain't no diss to him at all. Me and him have been good and homies for 8 years. But I want to address the controversies point by point. So let's get to the first controversy. Resident Evil 4 Remake being nominated for Game of the Year. Now, I noticed that this was going to cause controversy because Resident Evil 4 Remake is a remake of an old game that came out in 2005. So a lot of people were saying that it should have been nominated because it's a remake. And to that extent, I say yes and no. So let me explain. Where was the outrage when Resident Evil 2 Remake was nominated for Game of the Year? Back in 2019, I think it was, Resident Evil 2 Remake was nominated for Game of the Year. Now, granted, you can make the argument, well, 2019 wasn't really a great year of gaming. There were a lot of disappointments from that year. That may be true, but still, it was nominated for Game of the Year, and a lot of people didn't really get angry about it. The same could have been said about Final Fantasy VII Remake, on how that game was nominated for Game of the Year, and that was only just a third of the remake that we got. So it's just kind of strange that now all of a sudden there's just a lot of outrage for a remake being nominated. And I do agree with, oh no, it's Alex. He's one of the only, PC unbiased guys that I tend to watch, even though I don't agree with all of his takes. But I do agree that there should be a category for best remake. Especially if you have, all these, remakes and remasters, there should be a category for it. And for that, I'm okay with that. But even so, it's well, why is Resident Evil 4 nominated? Well, I hate to break it to y'all. Resident Evil 4 Remake was freaking amazing. I mean, that remake was incredible. I thought that it was damn near flawless. They took a legendary game, Resident Evil 4, and somehow made it even better. I love the remake. And this is coming from someone who worships Resident Evil 4 24/7, the original game. I love the remake so much. It was amazing. So, I get some people upset about Resident Evil 4 Remake being nominated, but that's the least issue I have. Controversy number 2. This was the one that I knew this was going to cause hell. Hogwarts Legacy not being nominated at all. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, I think Hogwarts Legacy should have been at least nominated for something. Maybe one award or two, and that's it. I get the reason. It's because of J.K. Rowling and her beliefs and things like that. But even so, it's you should not really penalize the people who made this game because of what J.K. Rowling believes in. You know what I'm saying? Even though her beliefs are very heinous, it's still you should have not really penalized, the people that made the game. Granted, it wouldn't win any awards, but I think it should have been nominated. Now, nominated Game of the Year, I thought that with Alan Wake 2 and Mario, that wasn't going to happen. And it's rightfully so. See, they kind of got away with this because their argument is hey, Hogwarts Legacy was great, but there were just 6 more better games, and you just missed the playoffs. It's kind of like a team had a great year, but you missed the playoffs by a game because 6 other teams were better than you. You know what I'm saying? So it's I can understand people upset about Hogwarts Legacy not being nominated, but then there are some people that are out here saying that Hogwarts Legacy should have been Game of the Year. I don't believe that for a minute. Because while, yes, some people really enjoyed Hogwarts Legacy, let's be real here, though. Did anyone remember Hogwarts Legacy after a month later? I have not seen anyone talk about Hogwarts Legacy in my circles or any other circles. I'm just being the guy on the street. It's kind of like Tears of the Kingdom in a way. was a lightning. It was, flash in the pan. It was red hot, sold well. Month or two later, everyone forgot. So I'll come back to Hogwarts Legacy in just a minute because I want to talk about, the real bulk of the controversy. Starfield. I knew when I first saw these 6 games, I was like, oh Lord. Watch all these Xbox fanboys who say that they don't watch the Game Awards, that the Game Awards are biased for Sony, even though Last of Us 2 and God of War are the only 2 selling games to ever win Game of the Year. And they're gonna outrage yet again, even though they say they don't care about the Game Awards. And lo and behold, I was right. It took a little bit. When it was first revealed, there wasn't that much outrage. About a few hours, Xbox fanboys chimed right in the Game Awards Twitter, and they were beyond raging. It is insane on how many of them are raging about Starfield not being nominated. Everyone's saying that it's just PlayStation bias all over again, even though Spider-Man 2 is the only, even though we have 2 literal Nintendo games right there, Mario and Zelda, nominated for Game of the Year. They always come for PlayStation for some reason. It's like, there's only one game, only one PlayStation game this year for the Game Awards. You actually have more games. At least Starfield got nominated at something. Hogwarts Legacy didn't get nominated. Forza got nominated for Best Racing Game, and of course, that's going to win, an award. See, I just get so annoyed with this, because it's like, look, I understand the outrage, the extent that you want Starfield to be nominated. Here's the problem. Alan Wake 2 and Mario got there. They were better received, and they're better received in the public. Starfield is not well received by the public. A lot of people that I know thought that the game was just boring. So it's like, it just wasn't really well received by a lot. I know some people are going to say that, oh, it's PlayStation fanboys are saying that, but no. There's a lot of people that thought Starfield was just okay. It was supposed to be this epic, amazing game from Bethesda, and it was just had an underwhelming result. So, here's what I want to mention. I think had New Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Alan Wake 2 didn't get well received, I think Hogwarts Legacy and Starfield would have been nominated. But because Wonder and Alan Wake came out, they ended up snubbing Hogwarts and Starfield, mainly Starfield. And now let me get to point number 4. Because I saw this with Phil and Fitzel brought this up. How did Alan Wake 2 get nominated even though that game came out a week or 2 before the Game Awards? Well, Skyward Sword back in 2011 came out like a week or 2 before the Spike VGAs, and that was nominated for Game of the Year. God of War Ragnarok came out literally the week before the Game Awards, and they got nominated. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out like a week or 2 before the Game Awards, and that got nominated. What it is that they have a deadline. So if a game that gets well received but it passes a deadline, like it comes out in December, it gets pushed to the next VGAs. That's what happened with Smash Ultimate back in 2018. It came out in December and it missed the cut. So the very next year, it was nominated for Game of the Year. And a lot of people got weirded out. I'm like, what? Smash Ultimate? That game came out in 2018. What it was is it passed the deadline. So, Alan Wake 2 came out before the deadline. So therefore, it qualified of being a Game of the Year nominee. So, and now let me get to my final point. This is the point that I kind of alluded earlier. If you guys think that the VGAs are a joke, you think Jeff Keighley is a Sony fanboy, it's all a sham, it's meaningless, why the hell do you still get outraged over this? Why do you care so much about the VGAs if you think it's a fucking joke? That's the thing that kind of just blows my mind about this. Every year, the VGAs is biased. It's biased against Xbox. But let me go watch it and let me go outrage even though I say that it's a joke. I don't understand, y'all. I see this on Twitter. I see this with, of course, everyone's favorite Xbox fanboy with the letter that starts S. I'm not going to name him. It's like, if you know it's a joke, why do you still watch it? And why do you still make videos about it? Are you that desperate to keep your YouTube channel alive? That's what I'm asking you this. If you don't care about the VGAs, why do you do videos about it? I don't understand this at all. If you don't like something, don't watch. It's like people saying that the Marvel films are dead. Let me go spend my money to tell everyone that I hated the movie. Why did you spend your money for a movie that you knew you were gonna hate? It just blows my mind. Like, I just don't get it. I really don't. I get it. Some people are gonna say that, well, hey, I have to talk about it because I run the gaming channel. But if you say that it's always a joke, if you say it's always crap, why do you still watch it? I'm being for real. I'm being honest, man. Why do you care so much for something that you don't like? Like, do you guys just go to a mirror and say to myself, why do I still care about something I don't like? Sorry I rambled off. I just want to make this video because I just want to kind of add on to this, but Lord have mercy, man. Take it easy, everyone. Video Game Over 58, sign out. Peace.